Hey bitches. Good morning. I pulled an all-nighter, y'all. I've been really busy, y'all. This is like my busiest time of year. Like, for sure. Around the solstices. So, around the winter. Not the solstices, what am I talking about? You see, I've been up all night. Around the Sabbaths is always when I get the most busiest with Etsy. And people want readings and just all this different stuff because they know that this is like the Sabbaths are like a peak of power, basically. So I get a lot more business around those times, and so like I'm really drained usually, and I don't sleep as much as I usually do because I'm doing stuff constantly. But I told you I was going to get this video uploaded last night. I'm barely recording it in the morning, but I do want to share this story with y'all. I hate that I have that 20-minute time limit. This might be in sections, like part 1 and part 2 and such. But the story I'm going to share with y'all is not something... Well, first of all, y'all know that last Halloween, around this time period, wasn't actually on Halloween, but around the time period when Halloween was coming, I shared a scary story with y'all that was true. That was from my own experience, basically. This year, I'm going to share a scary story that's true. And it didn't involve me personally at all, but it's actually involving from one of my witchy friends and her mother. So, y'all can look this up. It's a story called, what do they call it? If you just look in Google, The Devil in Childress, like Childress, Texas, you're gonna find the story on the Texas Monthly website. It's called Possessed by the Devil. Yeah, so y'all go read that. I'll probably post a link in the description, actually, just to make it more easier for y'all. But if you want to read the news story of all of this that I'm about to tell you, y'all can read that. Now, this all involves to my witchy friend's mom, where she was actually a witness in everything that went down. Or not a witness, but like I don't really know what you would call it. Basically, this satanic ritual murder took place in Childress, Texas. Back in 1988, and the whole case and everything lasted all the way till 1992. So from 1988 to 1992, there was a huge hysteria that went through the town of Childress, Texas and surrounding towns about the satanic cult that was on the loose and killing people as ritual sacrifices and such. And one of the children of one of the cult members ended up moving, where I live, in Lockhart, and where my witchy friend lives. This was back, like I told y'all, 1988, 1992, in that time period. And my witchy friend's mom was, like, young at that time. And this child that had come from Childress over here to Lockhart was telling my witchy friend's mom all of these stories, and she was claiming that they were dreams, and she was telling them to my witchy friend's mom. And my witchy friend's mom was, smart enough to realize, wait a minute, this bitch isn't telling me dreams, she's telling me straight up events that took place. So she went to the police and turned her in and everything. And that was like a major step in actually solving the case of catching the people that were responsible and such. Which actually, if y'all go read the story, they actually really never caught, you know, the entire cult. So they might still be living there in Childress, Texas, y'all. Or they might have moved around the country and stuff. Now, y'all go read that story on Google. You might want to pause this and just go read the story. I'll put the link in the description. But, you know, that's the story. The new story. Now I'm going to tell y'all the story. How my witchy friend's mom told us. It's way more scarier and detailed. Basically, what happened is that the satanic cult murdered this young boy, like a high school age student. They lured him out to this place in the woods, and they hung him from the tree. And this fucked up tree called the hanging tree. I'm probably going to post that as the thumbnail to this video. And it was like a satanic murder where they hung him and drank his blood, basically, while he was hanging from the tree. In some kind of ritualistic, satanic way, and they must have drank his blood or something, I'm sure. Also, too, the high priestess of that satanic coven, it was her boyfriend that they killed. And before she killed him, or before they killed him, she actually got pregnant by him. And according to the dreams of this other girl, the dreams of this girl whose parents were in the cult, they told her that the high priestess of the coven, of the satanic coven, got pregnant by this guy, and after they sacrificed him and hung his body from the tree and all that, they went to this other place indoors, and however many months later or whatever, they were hiding out from the police and stuff, and this satanic woman actually cut the baby from her own stomach as a sacrifice as well. So, y'all, she got pregnant by someone just so she could offer the baby as a sacrifice. And I'm pretty sure that the guy that she got pregnant with protested, so she killed him too. But, you know, that's the whole story right there. And if y'all go read the news story, they leave a lot of the parts out. You know, because it's like a grisly crime, you know, so they leave out a lot of the details in the story on the news article. But, you know, that's what happened. And this girl who came over here actually supposedly was part of the coven herself, and when she was here, she was trying to get my witchy friend's mom, who at that time they were like high school students herself, and some of her friends involved in the coven here, and trying to introduce them to the Ouija board and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with covens or Ouija boards, but obviously these people were satanic in the way that they did it all. So, after everything, the sister of the guy that was murdered started, you know, going around asking questions, learning about the satanic coven, trying to figure out who's involved with it and stuff. And I think it was 2 years later they killed her too, because she was getting too close to the truth. She was figuring too much out, so they ended up killing her as well. After all of that and everything, they ended up only arresting one person, and only one person went to prison, and like everyone else, the entire satanic coven either the cops never found out who all was in it, or the other members that they found out were in it. Basically, they couldn't really pin any crimes on them. So, like with the guy, they made it look like it was a suicide of hanging himself. And I guess, you know, the jury wasn't able to decide either way if it was really suicide or if it was satanic murder. Plus, you had these rumors and stuff that the cops were involved with the cult itself. So, it's just a lot of, like, scary conspiracy, satanic coven taking over a small town type shit. Yeah, some producers actually did come to my witchy friend's mom. She's actually about to get her own reality show for her job that she does as a skip tracer / repo woman. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about this or not, but they're producing it right now, and they've already filmed some parts of it and stuff, but she's about to get her own reality show for that. And some other producers have talked to her about the story I'm telling y'all right now, The Devil and Childress. And they're probably going to make a Lifetime movie for the Lifetime channel. They're probably going to make a movie of all this. And they've been talking to her about that as well. So I'll keep y'all updated if that happens. But I wanted to share this because it's really scary to me. Like, of all things, you know, supernatural, whatever, the scariest thing to me is to know that there's, like, really satanic witches out there that sacrifice people, and they'll do some shit like that where they get pregnant by you, and it's just all a giant scheme to kill the baby as a sacrifice. And if you try to stand up to them, they'll just kill you too. I mean, you got some ruthless people out there, and it's pretty scary. Not to mention that the power that these people are gaining, the satanic power that they're gaining from doing these human sacrifices. I mean, it's a testament to how powerful it is, but the fact that they never got caught, only one person went to prison, and all these other people are still living free. You heard that pop? But yeah, I wanted to share that. I wanted to share some scary stories, and I like to share, you know, ones that are truly scary to me. So I thought I would share that with y'all. And yeah, if you have a scary story that involves some kind of, like, witchcraft or, you know, magic or something, that's actually a scary story, yeah, do a video of it and share. I like hearing scary stories, y'all. Fascinated by them, especially when they're based on, like, reality, or when they just are true. Yeah, let me see how much time I have left on this video. Okay, so 13 minutes. I really hate this 20-minute shit. And I'm about to get some webcams. So I'll work on that, y'all. Once I get these webcams and hook it up to my computer and stuff, I'll be able to record much longer videos. I still can with my phone, but I just don't like recording from my phone anymore. There's not enough memory on there. But yeah, I thought I would share this story. It's pretty scary. You know, it's kind of ironic though, because what brought this all to mind was that they're opening a new satanic temple in Spring, Texas, over there by Houston. They're calling it the Greater Church of Lucifer or something like that. Y'all can look it up as well. I saw that they were opening that on Halloween this year. So it just reminded me of this story that my witchy friend's mom shared with us like about a year or so ago. Maybe not, like 2 years ago actually. Maybe 3. Y'all, I can't remember. But it brought it back to mind, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna share this story. It's pretty scary. And real, so you know that makes it scarier to me. Alright, y'all. I'm probably gonna share a couple more scary stories today. Just because it's one of those days to me. It's like chilly outside. It's windy. And, you know, you can just feel in the air that, you know, autumn is here and that the veil is thin right now and all of this. You can just feel it. And I love sharing these stories during this time of year. But yeah, y'all. The Devil in Childress. Look it up. Blessed be.